crowd pleaser for the locals here. So there's the numbers. 193 centimeters. Breese stands tall. Reach of 183. Fight southpaw. There's the MMA record, 14-3. Breese looking good in the number stats, but he's up against a very, very dangerous opponent indeed in Damian Janikowski. Now, our referee is Mr. Tomasz Bronda, who is technical head as well at KSW.
First round.
Fighting blue, Tommy Breese. Fighting red, Damian Janikowski. The southpaw fighter Breese has got the height advantage at 1.93 m. So he's got the reach as well, and Janikowski's going to have to up his striking game. We heard in the pre-fight interview from Breese that he'd been boxing with the likes of Anthony Joshua, so the boxing level will be completely different.
Question in my mind is somebody try to go big or go home, or does it become a technical dance? This fight could go everywhere, and I hope it does.
Well, Janikowski always goes big, and sometimes he goes home without the prize. But the rate at which he's improved has been absolutely stellar. And, you know, he's another fighter that will take a few to get a few. And he's had his jaw tested, but what he's done in recent times is improve his all-round game. And look at the low kick working well to his advantage, and the boxing skills. Again, you know, look at the guard, that right hand right underneath his right eye, that's touching his chin there. He's protecting that jaw, which is what he needs to do. Difficult customer, Breese, as a southpaw, and Breese just trying to get the measure of this, but Breese has got the height and the range and the skill set. Up goes the high kick from Breese.
Very smooth. I'm liking the leg kicks from Janikowski. He looks like he's definitely been drilling the stand-up, but Tom Breese is such a technical southpaw striker. A lot of people will know Leon Edwards, for example, the recent UFC championship. His brother Fabian as well, a very, very tricky southpaw guy. It's that kind of game. Good hand fighting, good rear leg, fast left straight.
Janikowski throwing big and throwing wild. He's got a habit of doing that. He swings like Glenn Miller's band, but there he goes. He catches Breese there with the inside kick. That's the power. And he gave a good boxing combination on the way down, and Breese recovered quickly. But Janikowski started to make that lead right leg of Breese glow just a little bit red.
This is smart. You know, Breese is being patient. He wants to avoid those kind of coin toss situations because Janikowski's got the kind of power for just massive concussive force.
Yeah, and the low center of gravity makes it, you know, life very difficult for Breese because he's got the leverage in that low kick to make it a sweep as well. Christoph, where do you reckon we need to go from here? I mean, Janikowski's looking very strong.
No, exactly. I'm loving the feints. You know, I mean, loving that calf kick, inside low kicks, just becoming a complete fighter. It's so nice to see his growth inside KSW cage. And Breese is, you know, very patient, which is nice. He's using his body kicks really nicely to set everything up. A nice long jab as well.
Yeah, that lead right leg of Breese is going to be problematic. It's marked, quite heavily marked. And Janikowski comes forward. There he goes. He throws wild. He really does unload when he goes. And I mean, Breese is trying to control the pace of this. But the shots from Janikowski are big and they're powerful. But he's exposed on the way in. But up go the hands. There's the defense. He's been tagged a couple of times, Janikowski, because the right eye starting to glow a bit red, but he's got to be careful with that wild overhand shot, those roundhouse punches. Back to basics, and that's what his team have taught him with the low kick.
I think it's kind of smart from Janikowski for those kind of moments where Breese leads, you know, a very technical lead, like a jab or something, and then he just goes straight in with a big old blitz. It's very smart. Janikowski may just have to throw enough of this at Tom to try to find an opening and hit that home run.
Well, Breese not doing a great job of defending these attacks from Janikowski, keeping the distance with the punch. That Superman punch is very dangerous. Janikowski was hurt. The floating rib. He's back in there, but he was hurt with that strike. Under a minute left. And Breese, very precise, and as you say, Chris, technical, marking the area out and targeting. Oh, and there's the power now. Is he going to have enough leverage? Is he going to have enough drop in height to lever Breese up and take him down.
I'm telling you, though, Tom Breese can wrestle. This kid's been training since 16. He's an extremely proficient grappler. But yeah, this is exactly what we wanted to see, right? How often did Janikowski not go to that game in his recent fights?
Well, you've got to remember that, you know, taking bronze as a wrestler in the Olympics shows the level at which he's worked. That was a good elbow strike, slipped in there by Breese. There's a lot of work going in under the cover of night from Tom Breese. We're not seeing it clearly, but then we see it there with the kick and then the double punch combination.
I like the fact that Breese is up in this weight, too.
For Janikowski from Breese, or whether Breese will get caught by the explosiveness of Damian Janikowski.
And as explosive as Janikowski has been, I mean, frequently a lot of these punching combinations are aimed well beyond where Tom is at to try to force the tie-up. You know, when you're that committed and that chaotic in your strikes, your punches, for example, it can open up the penetration he needs to get the wrestling going, right? But that can tax your energy. And Tom may be looking to try to set something up as these rounds and minutes continue.
He's not been all that creative, I have to say, Breese. He's worked off the counter and a little bit of frustration because he's got a smaller opponent that's got huge power and strength and that low center of gravity, and that's going to cause problems for Breese to try and handle that, especially if it goes to the ground. And I don't think Breese is rushing to go there because although he's got those grappling skills, we know that. He knows that so is Janikowski, and it's Janikowski that likes to live dangerously, and it's Janikowski that's looking for canvas.
Very smart. That was the right time to do it. But look at this. I mean, again, like we said before, Breese is so instinctually correct in his approach.
A lovely elbow across the top, and then, you know, that height advantage that Breese has means that Janikowski up against the wire can't do anything. But there's the power and there's the skill, but he's been caught, and there's a lock on. Has he got the guillotine here? Trying to get those long legs over, and he's caught Janikowski, but he's got enough power to strangle. He's really levering. Janikowski defending with that right leg. This is submission territory. Thomas Bronda looking very closely now. We are in serious... Well, confusion here. The corner is saying he's tapped.
An arming guillotine. Tomasz Bronda has stepped in. He's called the tap. Janikowski is unhappy. That's the game. Once the fight is over, it's over. It was a beautiful wrap of the neck. Went arming guillotine. Janikowski flopped to his back. Tomasz Bronda made the call, and that's it.
Well, that's the second time tonight we've had the call from the referee, and I have to say it was on deep, and it looked to me as if Janikowski had tapped.
I say the same. I saw a tap as well. It looked like 2 times, actually, he tapped.
But then I don't know because Thomas Bronda lifted his arm, and we'll see here now. Here's the replay. Thomas Bronda lifted his arm, and then maybe that was a signal to say I'm okay.
I'm a little confused about why Tomasz Bronda would have even lifted that hand. He shouldn't have touched him at all, right?
Well, I'll tell you here and now, and I will make a statement. The referee is the person that calls it, and Thomas Bronda has called it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission,